This is a video response to karldpeters, who posted a text comment on my kid should not be dying for W's ego. I think I do have a clue. I would equate the current problems between the Shiites and Sunnis as being quite similar to the problems the Catholics and the Protestants were having at roughly the same era in their history. I mean, Christianity, after 1400 years or so, Christianity had its crisis, and you had the Protestants and Catholics and Protestants fighting all over the place. Went out about 1400 years since the creation of Islam, and you have sects fighting each other there too. So I think I have a clue. Now, about the history factor of it, most of these countries were not in existence until after World War One. Prior to World War One, they were part of the Ottoman Empire. The Caliphate that some talk about, it was Muslim. They had respect. They screwed up. They chose to back Germany in World War One. Well, we all know what happened there, don't we? And after World War One, instead of taking the conciliatory and let's try and heal approach, and so this doesn't happen again, the Western powers, not the U.S., by the way, the superpowers of the day, France and Great Britain, they were the biggies, decided things were going to be different. And they punished Germany, and they broke up the Ottoman Empire and redrew borders, totally ignoring the sectarian issues amongst the Muslims. Wilson had a much different idea for how things should go. Wilson also wanted the League of Nations, which would have been based in Geneva had it succeeded. That's also where we got the Geneva Convention, by the way, after the horrors of World War One. So, Turkey, the newly formed empire there, tried its best to westernize. And they've been fairly successful at it. They're 99% Muslim, 72 million of them running around, currently. And they're hated by the rest of the Muslim world because they're westernizing, but they're still paying heed to Islam. Then we get to World War II, which was made inevitable because of the conditions after World War I. So, and those little countries, I'm iffy on Turkey where it was in the war, but the little countries down there were recruited heavily by the Nazis, and, well, they said, cool, you hate Jews, we'll work with you on that, yes. And they lost. Now, I know I'm skipping over a whole lot of history. I mean, for decades, while the Brits, after World War I, while the Brits controlled that region because they wanted the oil because they didn't really have any, they had Jews who wanted to go back to the homeland, and with Brits being there, they said, "Oh, I can do this now." So that problem in that whole region has been building up long before Israel showed up, or Israel was created. Like I said, I know a lot of history. You do realize that a lot of Israel was actually bought and paid for Money transacted hands from Jewish to Arab to buy Israel. A lot of land was bought that way. But we'll ignore that one too. So, yeah, after World War II, America did get involved. Did we do everything right down there? No. No, no, no. We should have treated them just like we treated the Germans after World War II. And done everything we could instead of trying to control them. And the reason we tried to control them has a lot to do with the racism that's part of America. Yes, I'm fully aware that racism is part of American history. It's still part of America now. I do my best not to be racist. I'm not going to go in the whole racist thing. I don't think I'm racist, but I'm not a fair indicator of that. Somebody else has to. Someone who is a quote-unquote minority has to make that determination. Neither here nor there. So yeah, there's a whole lot of crap going on. There's a whole lot of blame to be spread around to lots of different people. Okay? America was no angel, but nor were they Satan incarnate. The truth is somewhere in the middle. And you have to take a look at all of history and what was going on in the world at the time, too. That did affect things. Russia having the atom bomb. Russia clearly demonstrating they weren't going to get overrun by Germany. How many millions died to protect, for Russia to protect itself from Germany? Okay? You had some real nut jobs in Russia fighting back the Germans. You can't argue that. They refuse to be beaten. They also have resources as vast as what the U.S. has. The only good thing for us is they were communist and tried to force growth. And that doesn't work. Otherwise, we'd be in deep shit. But neither here nor there. There's blame for all. And religious violence is stupid. But there's nothing I can do about that. So, well, there you go. I hope this answers your question. Have an adequate day.